felt good. Obviously, I've been playing basketball all off season, so it wasn't about like the rhythm, finding that, but it just felt good being back with my teammates playing in this system. Felt very comfortable. Something
Busy season for you overseas, starting with the team you played for last year in Hungary, and then switching over to Turkey. It was kind of like, what was the process of that like? And then obviously getting to compete for prestigious titles and stuff in Turkey. What was that experience like?
It was cool. It worked out well. I stopped playing in Hungary like around Christmas time, so I got some time off at Christmas, spent it with my family in Canada, and then went to Turkey right before New Year and was there for 4 months-ish. Again, on like one of the best teams in Europe, playing in the EuroLeague final. It was really cool. I mean, I love playing in Europe because I get to travel a lot, I get to meet so many cool people, play a different style of basketball. I love playing in EuroLeague because the competitive nature of it. I think I've like kind of grown a lot in my time overseas, and I've kind of worked my way up in the European market world, so I still enjoy it. I know it's not for everybody, and it is hard playing year-round. It's definitely not ideal, but I think there's perks to it, and I definitely am not the player I am without it. So
I can't remember if I asked you this on Tuesday, so I'm sorry if this is a repeat, but getting to play there with Karlie Samuelson as well, which I know wasn't the plan, but necessarily, but the Lynx trade for her, just what was that experience like playing for Karlie, and what are you looking forward to having her as a teammate here at the Lynx?
Yeah, it's funny. She was flying back. She was with us for just the EuroLeague championship and flew back, and while she was on the flight, I saw the post that we traded for her, and I texted her, and it didn't go through. I was like, oh my gosh, she doesn't even know you did. She hasn't even landed. So we all found out before her. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, Karlie, we're teammates again. But no, just really excited. I mean, she joined our team in Turkey late and fit in really well. That was the first time I really connected with Karlie or talked to her and had conversations, and I knew she would fit in really well as soon as I heard that news. Not only her skill set, her veteran leadership. She knows who she is, but just a great teammate, great person to be around, great addition to the locker room.
When you first started playing this league, you played far fewer games. We're going to have a 44-game season this year. I would imagine with the new CBA, there's a chance it could get even bigger. Will that, plus maybe the new salaries that come with the new CBA, reassess maybe for you whether you're going to play on the offseason?
Yeah, I think I'll take it year by year. What I feel like I need that off season. I'm never going to sign multiple years overseas or anything like that. Obviously, my priority is playing here and then my national team, and overseas kind of if I need it when I need it. But yeah, we'll see what the CBA looks like. Obviously, with the longer season, getting older, take care of my body a little bit, and make sure I'm not overdoing it. Just being smart with it.
About playing overseas, you talk about it being the right fit for you, because some players will say it was harder for me to work on a specific skill, but for others it's so good to play in a different role or different style, or just to get those kind of reps. What kind of made it better for you for that latter category in terms of just growing your game in that way?
Yeah, I think for me it's the ball's in my hands a lot more when I'm overseas. I get to come off a lot of ball screens. I get to post up. A lot of plays are run for me, so that's really good for me when I come back here, where obviously I'm surrounded by a lot of great players, and when I do get a chance to come off the ball screen, I'm comfortable in that. Obviously, Courtney's going to come off most of the ball screens, T's going to come off most of the ball screens, but I'm going to get my opportunity too, and just being comfortable in that, thanks to my experience overseas. I don't think I personally would get that same confidence, those same reps if I was just training in the off season. Obviously, there's ways to do it, and it works for some people, but I like the game reps. I also think it's just fun to play games and practice and be around a team. So yeah, it works for me for now. We'll see what the future holds, but yeah.
Last season at this time, you were kind of looked at as the sixth gal coming off the bench. Obviously last season happens, now you're a starter. What's the difference this year in training camp, being in a different kind of role and knowing what your role is going to be?
Yeah, I think there's some just comfort, confidence in that, knowing what Cheryl expects, knowing my role with that starting group, wanting to continue to get better and step into whatever role my teammates need for me. Yeah, I think it's different. When I'm coming off the bench last year, it's I'm a go-to player off the bench. I'm supposed to be aggressive coming off the bench. I'm still going to be aggressive as a starter, but it just looks a little different, and so it's nice, obviously, having almost a full season of that under my belt, and lots of practice time and lots of reps with the same crew. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit different mindset, but again, just trying to do what I can to help the team win.
Last year in training camp, Court, Lan, T, we're all new to this team. Has there been a different vibe around training camp this year with kind of the same group coming back?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last year this time a lot we had to like introduce everything again. Obviously with 2 starters and T, who was obviously playing a lot of minutes. We had to introduce everything, all the details, all the things Cheryl expects that Fee and I and K-Mac we know already, but we had to introduce it to a lot of people who were new to the team. And this year, obviously still introducing. There's obviously some new players, but the first group gets it. Like Cheryl can say it once, and we go and do it and apply it really quickly. So it's just kind of moving a little quicker. But again, that's just the nature of us having played together for the whole season last year.
Is that your approach too? Because early in training camp, Cheryl and a lot of players saying we can't just expect everything's going to carry over once more again. I mean, how is that different in making sure we have these building blocks and foundation, but still having to really hone in on certain things that made us great?
Yeah, it's super important. I mean, Cheryl just talked to us about it. We're not going to have the same season we had last year just because it's a lot of the same people. We have to make sure we're still taking care of the details. We're still building this thing back up